Welcome back, you degenerates, to the number one gambling podcast show in the world. I'm Billy FFD, and I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Mo Watts, Mr. Morgan Watkins himself, Mr. 500. How you doing tonight, Morgan?
I am lovely. I am just having a delightful evening, might I add. We are winning. We are winning handsomely. We love to see it.
Yes, we are up in the clouds. I had a bad
To the
day
moon.
today, but it is. Can't win every single night. I was on a hot streak all week. Went positive every day since, I don't know, Saturday. It's Thursday night going into Friday now, so times have changed. I'm trying to build a bankroll for college basketball. It looks pretty good. Pretty good. How about your Eagles this past weekend?
It's a fluke. Don't buy
fluke
it.
Game. Don't
Absolutely.
buy it.
We passed the ball. Gaki actually had 7 dropbacks to pass. We only actually threw it 14 times. That's not how you win in the NFL. You have to be able to pass the ball. Just because the Lions couldn't beat up on a Georgia Southern team doesn't mean that the Eagles are any good. So it was good. It wasn't even good. I wanted to see how this. We wanted. Both of us said we kind of wanted Detroit to win. We were on Detroit money line. I didn't have the cojones to actually put it out there or anything. I'm very glad that I didn't. But we both wanted Detroit to win. We thought Detroit would win that game, and they got spanked. I feel bad for Dan Campbell. Now I'm kind of questioning, is Dan Campbell even a decent coach? Because it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I was a Lions win away from hitting a 6-game parlay on Sunday. So those are things you hate to see.
Tough. At least it didn't even threaten, so you didn't have to sit there and sweat it out.
Yeah, I had to sweat it out. I had games going on later, so I couldn't even hedge out. So it is what it is. It's not fun. Your Eagles, once again, Philly sports finds a way to ruin my day.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing I've heard all day. That's what I live for. I mean, what I go have 2 of my teams fuck you today too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
I'm positive 2 of your teams fucked me today.
I know you gotta love when the superior city of Philly fucks up these New York people. That is what we love to see. We don't want to see the boy lose bets. That's not what I'm condoning here.
But that's exactly what he's condoning.
Whenever Philly has a chance to beat up on New York, we absolutely love it.
In other news, speaking about New York, Mike White was a baller for about 1 week. He's hurt now. He looked good tonight, but he got hurt. So this game would be completely different. Mike White was in. You still would hit your over, but
over is cooking.
The over is already hit, but
I know
Mike White would have hit that in the first half.
I'm watching now, and it seems like the Jets scored again, or not scored again, but the Jets just scored.
Yeah, I would say again.
I don't know. I'm quite curious who is in at quarterback for the Jets currently. Is it not? It's not Flacco.
Josh
Johnson, man. What a throwback. That dude's been in the league forever. Where's Flacco? I want to see Joe.
He's not in uniform.
How about the Eagles fleecing a 6th possible 5th round pick from the Jets for Joe Flacco?
It was ridiculous.
What a gift from the gods.
What a bad trade. They had him last year. Like, you could have just kept him. They let him walk in preseason. Like, what are you doing?
How fucking phenomenal. That just means it's Gardner time finally. That's what I've been waiting to see all year.
It's not going to be Gardner time.
Gardner time. Maybe we'll even get a little Reed Sillett action as our new number 3 quarterback.
Oh, stop.
Maybe he'll be...
The Jets are squib kicking at the current moment. Oh, he fumbled it. Oh, boy. He picked it back up.
Tell me the Jets get it. I want the Jets to come back and win this game.
I brought it up because I took the Jets live money line after their first touchdown. It was still like plus 250. Love to see it. It was a beautiful sweat.
Those goddamn Jets.
Those goddamn Jets. I told everybody to hammer the living shit out of the Rams' first half. It wound up the spread moved to 16.5 by game time. The first half was 8.5 or 9 some places. Would have won up to 10, like I told you it would. I hope everybody followed that one because that was the easiest bet of the year. That's all I got to say about last week. I'm ready to talk about this week.
Yeah, I rode that with you. I told you I was riding that with you. That was a nice little payday right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't never gonna complain about free money.
Free money. Love to see it.
Money. Free. That was free. It's from me. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk picks. You want to kick her off or you want me to kick her
I'll
off?
kick her off. Usually I don't do what I'm going to do this week, but
Oh, are you
let me tell you.
here?
What?
You joining my side?
No. No. I absolutely love the favorites this week. I don't know why. It's a terrible idea because dogs hit in the NFL like crazy because it's all the public is always all over the favorites, but for some reason I have 4 favorites and I'm riding with them all. First one, my best bet of the weekend is going to be Chargers -2 against the Eagles. Like Mr. Mo Watts said himself, it's a clear and concise lie. Everything is a lie about the Eagles. They had no business ever scoring for 40 plus points. That is a team that's still in shambles. Yes, they won by they win by 38. Still in shambles.
It was 40. I think the final score.
Yeah, it was bad. It was ugly. It's a clear letdown spot for the Eagles after they just put up these massive numbers last week. Yes, I know the Chargers' offense has struggled, but this is the spot where they bounce back against a team that they think their shit doesn't stink anymore. This is the same thing.
You got to thank yo shit don't stink.
This is the same situation as the Bengals last week and the Ravens 2 weeks ago. Bengals came off a big win against the Ravens. Got beat up by the Jets. The week before, I was on the Bengals, and you were all over the Ravens because it was a clear letdown spot. This is that same letdown spot. We were talking before the show about the line. It's minus. I have it at -2. I already placed the bet. I don't care what it moves to. I'm riding with the -2. Chargers going to win by double digits. Herbert will look like the MVP that we thought he had a chance at being this year. It's over now. He doesn't have a shot, but he's going to show that side of him. I think Mike Williams getting the extra week of rest to help out with all those bumps and bruises he was dealing with 2 weeks ago. If you don't have Mike Williams, it really hurts the offense. It's hard to take the top off the defense because Keenan Allen's kind of that underneath guy. Quick little stat: Philly has given up 264 yards per game through the air through the last 3 games. That's including a game where they won by 40 points. So, give me the Chargers. The Chargers are currently 4-1 in the last 5 against the spread on the road. Eagles 2-8 against the spread, following against the spread win. Eagles are also 2-5 in the last 7, following a straight up win of more than 14 points. Give me the Chargers. Not going to be a close game. Chargers by double digits.
I agree with everything you said. We said in the beginning, because we talked about it, and I said, no, Eagles, this is a weird line. I don't like it at all. There's no reason. Basically, what you're telling me is the Chargers and the Eagles are equal teams when you give me that line. As the Eagles being the home team in this game, they are automatically going to get 2 to 3 points given to them for being the home team. You're basically telling me Vegas is telling me this is a pick-em game. No, not a shot in hell. Chargers are significantly better. Their offense is much better. Eagles secondary, while it limits the big plays, it still gives up nice plays down in the intermediate passing game. They've always struggled with running backs and tight ends over the middle and out of the backfield. Austin Eckler, look out for a good game from him. With Justin Jackson, always going to pound rock down the middle. Eagles D-line is very banged up. They are very thin. Fletcher Cox is a shell of the former All-Pro that he used to be. Javon Hargrave looks awesome. But all of our pass rush is coming from the interior of the line. That's going to be an issue getting pressure on Herbert, who can move a little bit as well. Chargers defense, Joey Bosa is going to just wreak havoc on Lane Johnson more than likely. So yeah, I love that pick. I don't know if I'd go double digits,
Double
but because
digits.
Eagles
Or
have a knack for just finding a way to keeping it somewhat close, but
not
I think
after
it
they
could be a
just won by
touchdown
14
game.
points. They don't. They're a
Let's see.
terrible team when it comes to putting games together. This is
Yeah,
going to be like a.
I have to
This is
live
going to
it
be a
every
trend here.
week. I have to watch the nonsense every single week. Talking about how our team is like a flower and it is blooming currently. This is the worst. Oh, I gotta stop. I'm gonna get triggered. Gotta
Double
move on.
digits, Morgan. Double
Moving on.
digits.
Anyway,
Just take the 2.
right.
It's fine. Just take the -2.
Oh yeah, I will absolutely take. I won't personally because I won't bet against or with my team or anything. But I agree 100% on that pick. All right, I'm going to start it off with I think is a layup, and you kind of just have to roll. I said it last week. You have to just keep rolling until it dies. Cowboys -9.5 versus the Broncos against spread darling. Cowboys are a perfect 7-0 on the season. You keep riding it until it dies, plain and simple. Broncos team not that great. Their offense really does not have the firepower to keep up with the Cowboys attack. Broncos defense has no pass rush whatsoever anymore. Von Miller gone to the Rams. Bradley Chubb is looking questionable at best for this game. You're telling me now that you're going to need to pretty much get extra pressure by bringing extra blitzers to get to Dak, which leaves more one-on-one coverage, which leaves more room out of the backfield for Pollard and Zeke. This is just going to be a matchup nightmare for the Bronco defense. They're not going to have the bodies to keep up with it. They put those guys in the coverage. Dak's going to be able to stand there all day long and find the open guy, whether it's CeeDee Lamb, Amari, Dalton Schultz, whomever it might be. I can't trust the Teddy Bridgewater-led offense. I know Teddy does a great job covering spreads and everything. I don't see it happening in this one. Dallas is putting up 32.1 points per game on the season. Yes, Denver is only giving up 17.1. It's good for second best in the NFL. They have played a multitude of offensively inept teams that have really led into that number. Plus, they got rid of a Hall of Fame pass rusher, and they got their next best guy banged up. They don't have the bodies out there. Cowboys, like I said, they're covering machine. They're 7-0 on the season. They're also 10-1 against the spread. They're just their last 11 overall. Broncos, only 1-4 against the spread this year against teams with a winning record. Broncos aren't going to cover this game. Give me the Cowboys -9.5. I would play this up to about 11.5, 12.5 possibly.
I don't hate that. I liked it better when it opened up at 7.5. Obviously,
yeah, opened up at 7.5, and now it's actually at 10 now. I got it at 9.5, but it opened up at 7.5 and has moved to 10 in 4 days.
If Morgan didn't fall asleep on his couch while help writing the episode yesterday, we would have had a better number. But
yeah, we sure would have.
That it is what it is. I don't hate that, and
Boy,
I also
the boy's old. He's got to get his beauty sleep.
I feel that. It was. By the way, shout out to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How old you turn? You turned
25.
25.
25.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
I don't have a birth certificate to prove it. So
I thought it was your 1-year anniversary of turning 29.
1-year anniversary. Don't try to play these mind games on me.
29 plus 1 year.
Nope. That's not
something like that.
I turned 21 this year.
What I was going to say before I gave you the birthday shout out was that I'll be looking to see what Jerry Jeudy's over in receptions and reception yards will be, because the secondary stinks, and Diggs will most likely be out for this one. So it might be a great spot to land a little prop bet, especially since Cortland Sutton hasn't seemed to do anything. Noah Fant seems to be useless at this point. Jerry Jeudy going to be back to full health.
Man. Albert O, that's the guy.
Yeah, we said that on FFD this week. Pick up Albert O, drop Noah Fant.
Oh, I support my fellow content creators with FFD and BG. I saw that. I also have Jerry Jeudy in 2 of my fantasy leagues, and I saw my boy has him on the stud list this week.
Yeah, it's just a great spot. It's a great spot with Diggs probably going to be out. All right, let's pivot. Yeah. Let's move over. Let's go. What do I want to talk about next? Let's just go in my order. We'll do it like that. Ravens -6 against the Vikings. Vikings stink. Let's just get that out of the way before we go into any specifics. Vikings are a bad football team. Ravens have been kind of wishy-washy here, good, bad there. Trying to find their spots. But this is the Ravens' fourth straight home game, and they had a bye week. They've been in Baltimore for a month and a half. They've no jet lag, relaxing, feet on the couch every single week. The Ravens defense just getting healthier and healthier by the day, and we know what the Vikings defense is. They do absolutely nothing. They are, the Carson Wentz beside of the Eagles on defense. That's how bad they are. They're just terrible, in shambles, don't know what they're doing. If you watched last week, they gave up over 300 passing yards to Cooper fucking Rush. They made Cooper Rush look good. Come on. Lamar is going to tear a new booty hole into this bad defense. Add in the fact that the Vikings run defense giving up an average 101 yards per game on the ground. Now this Ravens team is just going to run all over them, pass all over them. I think this game can get really ugly. I think this is going to be like I'm not sure if Mike Zimmer has a job on Monday kind of ugly. You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins. Yeah. Let's talk about him for a second. 1 and 10.
You like that?
You like that? I don't know if you don't like this. That? 1 and 10 against the spread against teams coming off of a bye. John Harbaugh, 9 and 4 against the spread coming off of a bye. Ravens are 4-0 after a loss against the spread this year. We're going against the spread. Love that. They're a great bounce back team. Unlike the Eagles that we talked about before, it's going to be a trend. I told you it's going to be a trend. The bounce back teams, not bounce back teams, it's a trend. Ravens 6-0 at home against the spread versus team with losing record. Vikings, being the trash they are, 3-11 in the last 14 games against the spread. It's simple. Numbers add up. Take the Ravens. Take the better team.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers do not lie. I very much like that pick, which actually is a perfect segue because my pick is going to stay in Baltimore with the flock. It's going to be Ravens-Vikings over 50. I absolutely agree with you that the Ravens cover this game and they're going to win pretty handily. And everything you said about the running game is correct. Ravens passing attack, not too bad, surprisingly enough. And I am the biggest Lamar Jackson critic and hater there is. I'm not a fan. He's a running back, turned quarterback, makeshift guy. He's averaging a career-high 277.6 yards per game through the air this year. He's also on pace for his third straight 1,000-yard rushing campaign with a team full of pretty much no-name veterans. You got Marquise Brown. You got Mark Andrews. Very nice players. No-name running back committee that were all Pro Bowlers about 5 to 10 years ago. It is just a makeshift group back there that they are getting it done. They are finding a way to make it work. They're going to have no problem. They're going to have no problem moving the ball. Yes, go ahead. I see you want to talk.
No. I'm laughing about something. Somebody picked the person I'm playing in fantasy picked up Daniel Jones. Just made me giggle.
But Billy already talked to you about the Baltimore offense. They're going to get the job done. Let's talk about these defenses real quick for a second. Let me take you into the lab, and I'm going to talk about these defenses. These defenses 5 years ago were pretty damn good. Nobody is confusing these defenses this year in 2021 with those defenses of last year, of 5 years ago, of 10 years ago. Both of these teams stink on the defensive side of the ball. Baltimore is ranked 25th in the league, giving up 382.3 yards per game. When's the last time you saw a Baltimore defense give up that many and be ranked that low?
Yikes.
It's been a while. The Vikings, they're a little bit better, not a ton better. They're ranked 20th in the league, giving up around 367 yards per game. Both of those numbers are not good. Not good at all. Biggest issue for the Ravens, their pass defense stinks. It is abysmal. They have some guys who can get pressure, but they cannot stop anybody. They have given up in 7 games this year, 3 400-plus passing games already. They are allowing a league-worst 296.1 passing yards through the game. Kirk Cousins, for as much as he is what it is, Kirk Cousins puts up some numbers. He's a pretty decent fantasy quarterback to have. He puts up passing numbers. He's going to put up some tutties. He's going to fuck around and throw the ball to a couple Pro Bowlers out there, Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, and they're going to put up some numbers. They're going to put up some yards, enough that the Ravens are going to have to put points up themselves to win this game. They're going to have to keep it. We're going to see a slugfest. This is going to be a 30-28 type of game that I'm expecting to see here. The over.
That's not right. That's wrong. A 30-28 game would mean the Ravens don't cover, and you just said they cover handily.
I'm saying that's point wise. Like, you're going to get at least 30-28 between each team.
So you're saying that the Ravens are not going to cover?
No, you jagaloon. I'm saying one of those teams.
You said 30-28 kind of game.
One of those teams is going to put up at least somewhere between that number, and I think the Ravens cover. Moving on, let me say my stuff. You jerk.
You threw me into the bus. What do you want from me?
I wasn't ready to talk about that. The over for the Vikings is 10-2 in their last 12 following a straight up loss. It's also 5-1 in their last 6 following against the spread loss. For Baltimore, the over has hit 7 of the last 9 home games that they have had. It's also hit for the Vikings 5 straight road games. The over is the play here, 100%. I do like your cover in the spread, but the over is absolutely the play here. These teams are going to put up some big numbers and points.
I think one side's going to put up 40 points, the other side's going to put up 14. That's what I think, and I do think the over hits. And I think it's a solid play.
I think one side's going to put up 30 something, and the other team's going to put like 24, 30-24, somewhere in that range. That's what does that make you happier?
30-24? No.
33-20, 33-24.
No. 42-14.
I mean, I'll take 42-14 because I'm probably going to take your Ravens -6. So
42-14 so because they can't.
As long as we cover, I don't care.
I do like the over though. I don't care how it goes, which way it goes. I do like the over. I like that. So I almost made that my play instead, but I'm just being real with you. Spike Zimmer's not gonna have a job come Monday. I really don't think so. Speaking of another man who shouldn't have a job, let's talk about the Jaguars and Urban Meyer going against the Bills. I will, of course, be on the Buffalo Bills. Where else would I be? Definitely not on the Jaguars, tell you that. Jaguars are bad. Urban Meyer, bad. Trevor Lawrence, a bust. No James Robinson, most likely, who's practically their entire offense. Sometimes you have to keep it simple. Don't be stupid. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Jaguars defense is absolutely atrocious. They're going to be facing off against one of the best teams in the NFL, the current favorite for the Super Bowl, current favorite for MVP. There's only one play, and it's the Bills. You really don't need stats to this one. Jags giving up 280 yards per game through the air. Josh Allen, my boy, Mr. Cannon Arm, Mr. Utah himself, going to throw for 405 touchdowns in this one. Listen, the Bills beat up on losers. That's what they do. They do it well. They're used to it. They're in the AFC East. They play the Jets and the Dolphins twice a year. They beat up on bad teams. Bills 5-1 in the last 6 against teams with a losing record. Give me the Bills by 21. Easy.
I don't think Jacksonville's ever going to be good.
They were good one year, right?
They had 1 year they went 14-2. And they rode the back of that awesome defense with Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye, Calais Campbell. They were amazing.
They were there the next year and they were terrible.
That was 2017, actually, the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Because I remember sitting there watching when the Eagles beat the Vikings thinking, oh, I definitely want to play Jacksonville in the Super Bowl. I don't want to play New England. And it ended up being New England, and, I got a parade. So I'm very glad we didn't play Jacksonville. That would have sucked. Could you imagine being the team that lost to Jacksonville in the Super Bowl? Oh, that would be just miserable.
I mean, that would have been such a Philly thing, though.
100%. I'm surprised it didn't happen. That's just written all over. And then the Jaguars go on to get like 5 straight first overall picks because they go back to being the worst team around. That would have just been the worst thing to ever happen. All right. I do like that pick. Bills are a wagon. They're just going to put up a ton of points. They're not going to ever be able to be stopped again. They didn't look great this last week. I will say that. They struggled against the fish. So,
A little
but
bit.
I think they'll get it together this week. I think it's an aberration. I don't see that happening again. So I do like that pick. All right. We're going to go back to the well. We're going to do what I do best. I am the total machine, man. I know how to find these totals, and I lock in on them. And I'm just going to keep riding that until I go over in it. So we're going to head to Cincinnati. Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, over 46.5 points. This game features two offenses that are kind of a little bit going in different directions, and they do one thing very, very well, another thing just at best. Start with Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a juggernaut on offense. Absolute domination. Joe Burrow, hands up. I didn't think he was going to be very good. He's pretty good. I'll give him credit. I have become a big-time Joe Burrow fan. Jamar Chase is awesome. He's having the best rookie year for a receiver I think I probably have ever seen. It's absolutely unbelievable what he's doing and how much he's just turned around that entire team. And then to throw in Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, like that attack is amazing. Joe Mixon, he's been awesome. I think he's probably one of the more underrated running backs in the league at this point. I don't think everyone puts his name up there with the best guys, but he's pretty darn good. For the Browns can't pass the ball to save their life, but they run the ball, and they can run the ball damn well, even without Kareem Hunt out there. Ernest Johnson's doing a pretty good job filling in for him, and Nick Chubb is going to be just one more week healthier getting ready for this game, and I think he'll have some nice numbers. Browns. Yes. Are you about to say something?
No.
Okay. Browns averaging 161.1 yards per game, have 14 rushing touchdowns on the season. Like I said, they're not doing great passing the ball. However, what they do very well, they execute the screen game extremely well, which plays into their favor that with their passing game attacks. You keep it short. You find ways to get into your playmakers' hands, your running backs' hands, David and Joko, get it into those guys' hands short by the line of scrimmage. Let that strong offensive line block for them. Let it get out in front. You saw it with the Colts this evening. That offensive line gets out in front of the back, whether it be a pass or a run, good things tend to happen. Yes, Bengals have the seventh best rushing defense. You know, they are pretty good. They held last week. They did a good job against the Jets. They've given up 100-plus yards, though, 3 weeks in a row prior to last week against the Jets. They're not a great run defense in a whole. Yes, they play bad teams. That is why that number gets put down. You have a good rushing attack. You can attack that defense. You can move the ball a little bit on it. For Cincinnati, passing game is where we're going to see points get put up here. Cleveland has faced 3 teams that are in the top 10 in the league in passing. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Cardinals. Billy, do you remember how many points Cleveland has gave up in those games?
No, too many.
A lot. They gave up 33 points to the Chiefs, 47 to the Chargers, and 37 to the Cardinals. These top passing attacks. Bengals come into this game just outside of the top 10 in passing. They're the 11th ranked passing attack, 264.5 yards per game. They're coming off their last game where they put up over 300 against the Jets, and they're averaging over 27.5 points per game on the season, with that number creeping up every single week. Key to this game for the Bengals and where this game will hit is going to be on the offensive line. The Bengals have to protect Joe Burrow. If they can protect him for even a millisecond longer than usual, this over will cash easily. But if Bengals cannot stop Myles Garrett, if they cannot stop Jadeveon Clowney, the Browns can win this game. The under might hit in this game because Joe Burrow is going to be under duress the entire time. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that Cincinnati will do a good job, or better, we'll say better job this week of making sure that they focus on protecting their franchise quarterback. They're going to make sure they keep him upright, and he will have time to find guys throughout the secondary, and then Mixon will be able to pick his way through the defense. Some trends for these two right here. The total has gone over in 7 of Cleveland's last 8 games against teams that had a winning record. 6 of the Bengals' last 9 games is a favorite. 5 straight head-to-head meetings in Cincinnati, all have gone to over and hit the over in these ones. The over is also 4-1 in the Browns' last 5 versus the AFC North. The Bengals, it's 13-6-1 in the last 20 versus the AFC North. Over is the play in this game as well. We're gonna see some points here. This could be a 30-30 type game. This could end up being like a Chargers-Browns kind of game at the end of the day. What?
You're calling for a tie? I don't understand.
No, you jagaloon. Like, just saying points.
If you're gonna call out points, like give us like a A score prediction.
Bengals.
Don't be like
Bengals.
30-30.
Bengals 36-33.
I don't think so. I was just going to
Oh,
say I like the over. I was going to say I like the over a lot, and I was leaning on making Cleveland a play for Sunday. It's not on my card currently, but I kind of think that I'm going to be leaning the Browns. And I think that Stefanski wants to show that he can win without Odell and just shove it in his face. So I don't know. I like the over, though. I think the over is a great play.
it sounds like we might have to do a poll and be on the opposite sides because I would be on the Bengals.
Well, you're not taking the Bengals as an official play. That's polls only count for official plays.
It might have to be a side play or like a side biscuit play.
Yes, you said last time you're 0-2. I mean, how many times do I have to do this to you?
It can only go up.
No, it can still go down.
Can't have a worse winning percentage than 0.
I am going for my next pick. I will be at this game. I will be in MetLife. And sorry to the Giants fans. Sorry to my friends who will be sitting with me. I'm going with the Raiders. The Raiders. The Raiders. Giants are currently in all sorts of shambles. Headphones not working on final drives. They can't score against a bad defense in a 4-minute drill to win a game. Raiders defense is solid. They hit hard. They rush the quarterback. They put pressure. They turn the ball over. I like the Raiders defense a lot. I like what the front office has done to build that defense up. Like I said, I'm going to be at the game. I'm not a fan of either team. I'm going with my gut. I'm going to be there. Raiders jersey and all. Getting heckled all day. I don't care. Like I said, Giants are a mess. The Raiders also currently a big mess. The whole John Gruden thing. The Henry Ruggs thing. It's the emails. It's so much. I hate it. I think it's a gut play for me. When I wrote all this down, I thought it was a gut play. And I did some digging. Did a little digging. Mainly into the Giants. Giants really struggle to cover at home. 7-20-1 in the last 21 games at home against the spread. Giants are also bad off of a win, which they didn't win. Oh, I'm sorry, off of against the spread win. That's why it makes more sense. Off of an against the spread win, only 1-5 covering the next game. Not great team against bounce backs. Told you it's going to be a trend the whole show. Giants 5-16 against the spread as home dogs. You hate to see that if you're a Giants fan. Road team in the last 5 matchups is 4-1. Give me the Vegas Raiders.
I love that pick. That's my next pick. Raiders laying 3. Absolutely love it. I'm all over that pick as well. I also have over 46 points in that game.
I hope so. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'll be awesome. I'll be great.
I'm sitting behind the end zone. That'll be fun.
That'd be a good time. All the reasons that Billy just said, absolutely love it. Raiders team coming off a bye has been a ringer the last few weeks. The firing of Gruden, this Henry Ruggs incident. We do not condone drunk driving. If you are out drinking and everything, please do it responsibly. Call Uber, call Lyft, get a ride, call a friend. Do not drive home drunk. Do
Call
not be
us,
that
we'll
person.
drive you home.
Yes, get in touch with us. Tweet us, slide in our DMs. We'll find a way to get you home. There's nothing worse than that. We will take care of you.
Can I get a quick side note in before you continue?
Absolutely.
Did you know that the NFL has like an under the table thing about rides? Any player, trainer, coach, anybody in the organization on any NFL team has a phone number they can call and get a private driver to drive them anywhere if they're intoxicated.
I did not know that.
That came out this week.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
And you see all these players getting DUIs and getting in trouble. Smarten up, boys and girls. Smarten up.
That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Raiders just keep clicking along. They played well without Gruden after his first game. I think they will do the exact same here without Ruggs. Ruggs really wasn't doing that much for the offense anyway. Yes, he was good for a couple big plays here and there. He's fast. Sure. He really wasn't, he for number 10 overall pick last year's draft, Wasn't playing like it. He was looking like he was more or less going to be like a Darius Hayward Bay again that the Raiders took over Michael Crabtree years and years ago. Big thing for the Raiders, their defense has really turned it up the past couple of weeks. It is getting significantly better behind the likes of Max Crosby, our favorite defensive end, probably in the league. Yeah, and then Yannick Ngakoue, he's been doing excellent out there. Them getting consistent pressure with Clelin Ferrell and Carl Nassib, that has been huge. That helps their secondary a ton. Their secondary is now allowing 227.7 yards per game through the air. That is the ninth best mark in the league after getting a little bit beat up in the beginning of the year. Giants' offensive line is still banged up. Giants' offense is still very banged up. I think they're going to really struggle to keep Danny Dimes upright. I think that the black hole is going to be rushing and all around that pocket all day long. Max Crosby, over 1.5 sacks. Lock like it that. In right now.
I like
Absolutely
that.
Lock it in. Look at the Raiders' offense. Green Day's front man, Derek Carr, he's played awesome this year. He's really just been phenomenal leading the charge out there. He's thrown for over 2,200 yards. Hasn't thrown a ton of touchdowns by any means, 12-5 touchdown interception ratio. But he's pushing the ball. He's moving the ball. And that offense is just moving the ball methodically. They're doing an excellent job of protecting in general, finding the targets. Darren Waller, expect him to even have a bigger role in this offense going further. Brian Edwards is going to be awesome. Hunter Renfro, I absolutely love Hunter Renfro. Expect him to do a little bit more as well. While I love the over in this game, for as much as an anemic offense that the Giants have, both of these teams can put up points. Raiders are scoring 25.7 on the season. Giants are putting up 19.5. Yeah, not that great or anything. Last two games that each of these teams played, though, Raiders put up 67 points. Giants put up 42 points. They're still finding ways to put the ball in the end zone. You know, they did a little bit against the Chiefs this past week. The Raiders have been able to score at will again at some different points of the season. You know, I love this Raiders offense. I'm a big fan of this Raiders football team in general. Talking just against the spread, the trends very much favor the Raiders in this one. Giants are 7-20-1 against the spread in their last 28 home games. They're also 5-16. What?
It's the exact stat I just gave.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of zoomed out a little bit. I apologize.
Unbelievable. You stole my stat.
Did you say the 5
and 16 stat? It's the only stat I have.
Did you steal the 5? Did I steal the 5 and 16 stat?
Yep.
All right, we're moving on.
Road teams 4-1 last 5. Giants bad off against the spread win.
We're going to talk the total. The over is 9-3 in the Raiders' last 12 overall, as well as 39-19-3 in their last 61 following it against the spread win. I think the Raiders are going to win this game by at least a touchdown. It's going to be well more than the field goal that it's sitting at right now. I think the over is going to hit. I think the Raiders are looking at probably putting up at least 30 points. And I think the Giants are going to be able to find the end zone a couple times here and there. 30-17, my official ruling for this game.
There's an official number.
Like that?
Jesus Christ.
You like that?
I thought you were going to do this 30-30 again. I was like, yeah.
No, I am completely rattled now.
I heard that stat. Like, I'm watching the game because Keelan Cole just went down with an injury. I'm like staring at that. I'm like, hey, that's my stat. He stole my move.
I have the freaking Suns Rockets game going in the background, and I just zoned out.
Starsky and Hutch when they're on dance floor. He's like, he stole my move.
It's such a good stat. I just wanted to make sure that everybody who's listening and watching right now and has liked and clicked subscribe is following that stat. Is they understand
it's
that
a big stat.
Huge. It's a big number for us. It's really important. Let's reiterate.
I'm gonna make that the
Giants
title.
are 7-20-1 against the spread in their last 28 home games.
I'm just making that the title of the episode.
In their last 21 as a home underdog. It's all about the stats. Reiterate the stats. It's about the trends, baby. We want to get the knowledge.
It's gonna be the name of the episode. 7-20-1. I don't have any more official plays. I have lean for a teaser. I want to know if Taysom Hill will officially be the starter, and I also want to make sure that Stafford is fully healthy. But I do lean Saints pick'em and Rams -1, 1.5, whatever you get it at. And then one more lean. I lean Titans Rams over. Rams firing on all cylinders, and I think that the Titans will have to throw the ball a decent amount, more than they'd like to. But who's Rams home in that one? I don't have it in front of me. believe they're at home.
I think it is a Rams home game.
I'm on it.
Is a.
It's Rams home game Sunday night, prime time. I don't know if I like that anymore. I don't know. It's a lean. That's why I put it out there as a lean. But
I just realized the Bears and Steelers play on Monday night. What a miserable game.
hey, relax, man. Najee Harris going to go for 145 rushing yards. Everything's going to be okay.
I don't want to watch the freaking Bears.
You don't have to.
I do have to if they're on
you
the
just
screen.
you just like once they get the ball back, you just change to something else. No, Morgan, give us your last pick. You have another pick?
I do. I don't have anything written up for it yet. I do have another pick that I already am playing. I just don't have more. I don't have anything prepared to back it up. Patriots -3.5 versus the Panthers. I'm all over that spread there. Patriots are actually putting it together pretty nicely. They're coming together really well. Mac Jones is really starting to develop into a pretty nice quarterback. They handled they've been handling teams pretty well. Their offense is really starting to find one. He's finding good chemistry with Johnny Smith, with Hunter Henry. His receivers, Kendrick Bourne. Jacoby Myers is one of the more underrated receivers out there. Guy hasn't scored a touchdown yet in his career, but he catches passes. He can
broke the record.
It's pretty amazing, actually. They do some nice things. Defense isn't great, but the Panthers' offense is awful. McCaffrey isn't coming back yet. I'm not worried about that. I think Darnold's going to get benched by halftime, and it'll be the P.J. Walker show under center. I think the Patriots are going to win this game, honestly, pretty easily. So I already have a play for Patriots 3.5. I don't have trends or anything, but I feel very confident about that pick.
I don't hate that either. Patriots, like you said, firing all cylinders. These two teams are just going opposite directions, man. And when that happens, you just follow it. You follow the trends, and you see where it takes you until the trends stop hitting.
I gotta say, I feel much better now though, because I did say in the beginning of the year that I thought the under for the Panthers team total was the play, and they started out 3-0, and I was like, shit, this isn't good. Panthers are who I thought they were. They stink. They're not good.
I'm looking at the trends now. Panthers are 3-7-1 against the spread in their last 11 as home dogs. 4-11-1 in the last 16 home games against the spread. 1-4 in their last 5 overall. But
yeah,
the Patriots haven't really. They don't really stand out.
Just to this team.
Yeah. You want to hear a bad stat? You're not gonna like. Two bad stats. I'm just gonna give it to you because
I know you are.
It's there. Patriots 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 meetings with the Panthers. Dogs are 4-1 in the last 5 meetings.
That's not ideal.
Yeah. I've just given it stats because you didn't have any. I like the pick.
It's alternate line, 6.5.
Oh, boy. Here goes the alternate lines again. You have anything else for us tonight, Mr. Morgan Watkins?
Have anything else? We do have, I guess, one college play that we agreed upon. Georgia, Missouri, the under. It's at 59.5 right now. Missouri, did I say Miami? I meant to say Missouri if I did. Missouri has an explosive offense. They can put up points at any point in time. They're averaging 34, I think it's 34.7 on the season. They haven't played a defense quite to the caliber of Georgia's. Georgia has a hell of a defense. What are you doing?
I'm doing math in my head. I'm trying to see if it's possible the Jets backdoor cover this game right now. They just scored another touchdown.
So it's 45-30?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Jets are going to come back and win this game.
Take Jets 3.5 minutes left. Now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I have that game now back up on my screen. So
you didn't take that that -30.5, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, cool.
I definitely didn't. Yeah, Georgia is clearly, obviously, Georgia's number one team in the nation. They're the best team. They're the best defense in the nation. If anyone's following the news today, their linebacker, Will Anderson, is potentially out for the game. He was accused of rape. Not good. We don't condone that either. DUI and rape. We don't condone either of those things on Betting with Diagonal or Fantasy Football Degenerates or Fantasy Football Podcast. We don't condone it anywhere.
Or beating your wife. We don't like that stuff either.
Not a fan of that either. But Georgia is the much better team here. Georgia's is going to have to do well against this one with a big matchup against Alabama coming up. I don't think this is going to be. I think that Georgia's actually going to. I think this game's going to get really funky, and I think Georgia's going to win this game like 52-7, and it's going to stay just under the under. Like, I think Georgia's not going to have any problem moving the ball and scoring themselves, but Missouri just won't be able to do anything.
They have Bama next week?
I'm pretty sure it's next week.
If they have Bama next week, I wouldn't be surprised. They get up big early. They pull a lot of their players and just stay healthy. I think they work on basic stuff in the first half. If they are playing Bama, they don't even care. Because all they need to get into playoffs is beat Bama. It doesn't matter to them. Real quick,
Georgia has Tennessee next week.
Tennessee next? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't love that.
Don't like that if you're a Tennessee fan. I can't believe, before we close the show out, I cannot believe that Cincinnati is not going to make it into the playoff. I'm so upset.
Unbelievable, the disrespect
I'm so upset.
they've had.
You're just taking my Desmond Ridder Heisman ticket and just throwing it in the trash.
Yeah, you are. He has to make the playoffs to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
But you know what's a decent ticket, and who bought the ticket? Caleb Williams, Heisman. I got that. Nobody's really ran away with it.
Yeah, but you need the full resume. He doesn't have it.
You do. I think if nobody's run away with it, if he can take his team into the playoff and have a good little run.
Not making the playoff, man.
Oklahoma,
the Sooners are not making the playoff.
Extra point? No, he made it.
Yeah, he hardly made it. I know. I didn't think he made it. They said he made it. Did look.
Get that Heisman ticket for Caleb Williams for next year right now. Get it
when the odds come out.
Find someone who will give it to you, because that is going to be cashed.
I love it. Mr. Mo Watts.
There will be I've been slacking a little bit on the college football article. Life comes at you fast, and so we fell behind a little bit on that. I have it pretty much done. I got 2 more picks that I need to do some writing on. So I've already let my editor know that they will be done tomorrow for him. NFL article will be finished once I just get some more info on that Patriots game and conveniently leave out that 0-5 against the spread against Carolina in my write-up.
I just scrolled down to the bottom, just like what I always do, and it was there. I was like, I'm going to say it.
Not going to have that going in there. But I will have that ready as well. So look for those 2 articles to be up there. Getting ready for college basketball. Tipping off Tuesday evening. Cannot wait. It is going to be, we might just have to do an all-night stream for college basketball.
We can do something. I'll be on probably 15, 20 games.
Yeah, you
won't be able to. I can give you the account. I'll give you the account. We'll talk offline.
But you might have to. I forgot.
I'm building that account too. I'm building that account up too. We're doing good.
Holy heck!
I'll give you my parlay account. Don't even worry about it.
We will talk about this, I guess, next week. Kind of alluded to it. I will be out for next week's shows. We have our boy stepping into the co-host chair with Billy here. I still will put out an article for everything. I will have a big disclaimer on it that I am not actually, unless I can get the not legal books to play it for me and everything. There will just be clicks that I like. They won't actually be plays just because I'm a man of honor. I will not claim that I played them when I clearly cannot. But I will absolutely still do the research and like the picks because I won't be able to help myself. I'm going to need to.
Yeah.
But those will be, look out for those kind of things next week. You can find me at MoWatch26. You can find both of us at Betting Diagonal. You can find us at Fantasy Football Degenerates, Fantasy Football Podcast, where my boy here is killing it. He's got a DFS article he's going to write up for you guys. Billy, what about, I was going to tease that for you. What else you got going on? Where are you at?
Real quick, since you won't be here for sure next week, I'll still be doing an NFL show with the guest spot or not. I'll bang it out by myself if I have to. The people need to see it. People need the picks. But the next day, so like usually Wednesday, we record college NFL, and Thursday we record college football. If the co-host that is coming in is going to be here. We're going to do a college basketball strictly episode. He's a big college basketball
This
guy.
is killing. I might
I'm
not be able to
sorry.
go on vacation now. I might have to
You
stay
going on
home.
vacation for way too long. You're too old to be going on vacation for that long, first off.
I
Second
disagree.
off,
I should be going longer.
yes, I have the DFS articles coming out. Check out Mike's waiver wire picks every week. He's killing the game. Every week, every month, was it Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever it's uploaded on YouTube. Check it, like it, subscribe to it, leave him a comment, tell him how ugly he is. He loves to hear that feedback. Shout out to our producer, Joe Green. It was his birthday this week. Shout out to Mo Watts. It was his birthday this week.
Entered my McConaughey years.
All right.
All right.
You can find me, Billy FFD. Billy FFD on Twitter. You can find me at FFD_podcast on Twitter. BTD, Ben and Diagonal on Twitter.
Big Thick Dicks on Twitter.
Big Dicks. Like, follow, subscribe. Tell us your favorite bets of the weekend. Put it in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week. Mo Watts, we'll see you when we see you.
I'll be back eventually.
Yeah, sure you will.